How's it going, my Cardano family? Appreciate all the love. Let's get right in today's update and really understand, what's happening. The last 48 hours, guys, has been, the biggest roller coaster of a ride. And I'm sure, the newcomers that are coming into the space, they are pretty much, all over the place right now. And then, might be, really witnessing, what crypto could bring and what type of volatile moves, can happen in the crypto space. And again, this is not new, right? Yes, it was the biggest liquidation, by a massive margin. But these types of move we have seen in the space before as well. And yes, even in a bull market. But going back to what I said in my updates for you guys, since that big retracement did end up happening, I said, the bull market is still not over. Yes, we're seeing a flush, but we need to be taking a look at Bitcoin, and I still think this wave is going to continue. And so far today, obviously, Donald Trump came and gave a major update in regards to the tariffs, and market reacted in a really positive note. It's not that it's done. It's not that tariffs are going away, but soft tone around the tariff conversation, which brought in a lot of excitement within the crypto markets. And you can see for yourself, we're seeing a lot of green across the market. You're looking at the price of ADA sitting at 70 cents right now, up 6.7% in Bitcoin, compared with the valuation of $25.6 billion and the 24-hour trading volume at 1.8 billion. Before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. And also, guys, do me one quick favor: follow me on X, link in the description box below. As I've said in a lot of my updates, we are building a community there. But let's take a look at what has been happening with the crypto space. So you can see for yourself, Dominance saw a sharp decline, a major decline, over 1% in the last 24 hours, which is insane, and it speaks for itself as to why we're seeing so many coins across the board that are up double digits. It kind of goes unsaid. Bitcoin, on the other hand, right after Donald Trump's tweet came out, you can see Bitcoin went up to $115,749, just above our confirmation zone, but again got a rejection at that key range. We're finding ourselves just below here. But you need to understand, as I shared in some of my other updates, $116,000 Bitcoin price would liquidate $6 billion worth of shorts. So that is also one thing we want to keep in mind. Obviously, the bears trying their absolute best for the price of Bitcoin not to get up to the $116,000 price point. But with that being said, the price of Bitcoin is still looking really great, and we're about to close the daily candle above this key range, which is very, very interesting. So again, I think the next few hours have just gotten even more interesting. But with that being said, we need to understand it from a market maker perspective. But a part of me says that this could actually have been the bottom. This one right here, we did come a little close to the 23.6 fib zone, just below here. But again, part of me, because we're back above our confirmation zone. But at the same time, as I mentioned in my market analysis update, don't be surprised that we do see this liquidation to occur at the 116, and then we see market retest once again. That could still end up happening, and that's something I want you guys to be aware of. So again, in the immediate short term, maybe we do push up to 116, but again, nothing to be jumping around just yet. We want to be pushing above 117, and most importantly, the $120,000 price point. And I think after crossing $120,000 price point, I think we do actually get into that wave, which we were already in prior to this retracement. I think this retracement was indeed planned by market makers to wipe out a huge chunk of retail, and I think 70 to 80% of retail, believe it or not, on the liquidation side of things, from the future side, actually got liquidated, and they don't have capital. And imagine, guys, this is why I tell you guys to stay away from leverage trading platforms, because imagine just seeing your portfolio, just like imagine the prices that actually going back to close to where you were prior to that major liquidation. It must hurt, right? And again, I've been on that side of things. Not this time around. Early on in my crypto journey, I've done everything. You name it, I've done everything in crypto. And, I had like that leverage phase back in the day, 2018 days, 2017, 2018, specifically more towards, 17, 18, 19. And then, once I got wiped out in 2019, like I got wiped out big, like like I got wiped out big, and I just never looked back at it again. And but you know what I'm so proud of is I've never promoted that thing to my audience because I'm so against it. I don't care how much money gets thrown to me. I will never promote that, and this is why I want you guys to stay away from leverage trading platform. I'm gonna say that day in day out, and I'm sure a lot of people are starting to realize, Crypto ZX, we understand why leverage trading is so bad because we saw what happened. But if you're looking at ADA, ADA from yesterday alone, again from an opportunity standpoint, as I told you guys before, Cardano opportunity. Yes, people talk about that wick not being able to fill in, or the 39 cents one too, but the wick around like the 55 cents, that was able to be accessed by a lot of people. And people did take advantage of that, believe it or not. Remember, there's a famous saying, be greedy while others are fearful. Be fearful of while others are greedy, as we were seeing so much bloodbath across the board. The people that were dollar cost averaging in, some people caught a 30% increase for ADA. A 30% increase for ADA in just the last 24 hours. Yes, that is correct. We're not talking about the last 5 days, just the last 24 hours. The price of ADA has been able to see an increase of about 27%. But that's not the most exciting part. The most exciting part for Cardano is that we're back in the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level like we've never left. And from that wick, again, I just want to put this into perspective. I know this was not something that lasted too long, but since that wick, the price of a Cardano was able to rebound up about 160%. And you can see for yourself, right now we are about only 18.5% away for us to retest, where we were prior to this correction. Getting back above to here, I think will create so much FOMO, not just for ADA, but for the broader market. And I think we see a crazy remainder of Q4, which a lot of people were projecting. And again, we did see a little bit of a hiccup, nothing in our control, of course, but I think we are about to see history being made where you see the prices reclaim back up to this key range. But of course, we need to also keep in mind that there's still a chance that maybe the tariffs go live on November 1st, or maybe, you do hear something from China coming in regards to an update, or they put some tariffs on the US. Again, those are factors that could shake out the market. But again, market is mature to this. This is nothing new to us. So this was happening throughout the year of 2025. But again, as I said thousands of times, this was clear manipulation. But the price of Cardano is back to the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level. Very, very impressive. We are about to see a close into this key range. Next target is to be around the 75 cents. After that, guys, we're back to where we were, and that is beyond exciting to say the least. And I think this is going to be going into the history books. And I think we are about to see the remainder of the year, once Bitcoin specifically reclaims back up to these key ranges. I am expecting us to pick up and start hitting new yearly highs. So very nice setup. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Thank you for all the love. If you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? And also follow me on X. We'll see you later. Been Crypto ZX, and peace out.